Hello, hello.
Whoa.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another episode of Trials of Casuals. Fiora, you need to not be on the corner there. No, because you're going to fall off. You're going to fall off. I literally have to swap to the camera. If y'all can see her right here, she's like right on the edge of jumping off the bed. No, don't you think about it. I don't know why I keep trying to talk to you. It's such a fucking force of habit. You're deaf, dog. You're fucking deaf. I need to remember that. Oh my god. Anyways, Danny, how are you doing?
Doing good. Excited.
Yeah, very, very excited. Anything happened to you this week before we get into the 12?
Just a whole lot of prep. Whole lot of prep.
Going for that world's first. Well, technically world's second first. I really wish they would do something, they would call it something else for reprised raids. Because it's really confusing.
The challenges are new, and I'm assuming from the trailer at least the second half of this raid is going to be completely different.
I would assume so. Dog, where are you going? I was gonna say, hold on, real quick. No, stop it. Don't you jump off the bed. Stop it. Stop it. I need to record this first. Sorry, Fiora! No, go lay down. Go lay down. No, go lay down. Go lay down. I will help you afterwards. We're very informal here, for those of you watching on YouTube. Yeah, no. Hold on. Also, real quick, isn't Crota the first actual raid that came out in D1?
Vogue.
Vogue came out. Right, and that was Datto, actually. Datto's team that won that, right?
Forget what they were called. I think it was Team Tryhard.
What was the one that Datto won? I thought Datto won a world's first.
I can't remember. I just know that I'm still upset that the actual world's first team doesn't actually have a video for their Crota run.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. But
there's one for hard mode.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's better than the shit show that was what's his stupid ass name? On Throne World.
Oh, for Val's World's First?
Yeah. Yeah, that Val was an absolute fucking nightmare of a world's first.
Which is a shame, because the raid is so good.
But it was just plagued with so many bugs.
So many server issues.
Yeah, I'm glad that they fixed that. So, alright, let's head into it. Also, for those of you that haven't noticed yet, I got a fresh cut this week, and it feels good. Now I'm not going to be sweating my nuts off with a head full of hair. No, I'm just going to be sweating my nuts off with half a shaved head. So, going in here, we've got, to this TWAB, we've got Crota's End Raid and Bungie Rewards, Iron Banner dates, Turtle Power, Cabbage Patch, but what about Stasis, the Prime Gaming Update, Player Support Report, and of course, Art of the Week and Movie of the Week. So, starting off, it's crotating time. God, that is miserable. That's bad.
That is an actual part of the Crota fight. He crotates around the arena.
Gross. So, they're changing up a couple of things. So, the power level will need to be at 1790, and to give server room to breathe, there will be no bounty or weapon crafting progress for combatant kills below boss tier within King's Fall and Crota's End, while contest mode is enabled. They're also going to be changing things up. When the first team completes the raid, its subsequent challenges will verify that and proclaim them the world first winners via the Destiny of the Game account. Excuse me. However, we'll still be performing a thorough security validation. If we find any activity that breaks our world first rules, we will disqualify that team and award the next team the belts. We just want to handle this on our end and not make you wait around for a winner to be declared. So even if you see an announcement, finish strong in case there were any shenanigans, because you could still have a chance at the title. Good luck, Guardians. Yeah, ever since VoW, actually, hold on. What was the raid before that came back? That came back.
Kingsfall.
Yeah, because that was super controversial. Because that was Elysium.
Yep, they're gonna be taking a look on their client side to see if there's anything going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, because I know that, because it was Kingsfall and then VoW, and then what was the one after VoW? Was that Deep
Kingsfall, VoW, and then that was Root, I think.
Yeah. So, well, Root actually no. Root was good. Root went actually probably the smoothest in a while that they had a raid go. But yeah, no. After the shit show that was Kingsfall and VoW, they definitely made a huge stance of like, hey, we're gonna be checking literally everything. So good on them.
And there's gonna be a lot of eyes on this race.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of eyes. Especially because this is the this isn't the last raid that's coming out before Final Shape, right?
I think it is. I think this is the last raid that's coming out before Final Shape.
Because we're getting a new dungeon and then a reprise dungeon, right?
We're getting a.
Because I know we're getting two, I thought.
I think we are getting one more dungeon, and then the next raid will be in Final Shape, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Necrochasm. That is a sick looking fucking gun.
Back from D1.
Yeah. Yes, it's coming back. To celebrate this return of a fan favorite weapon, we have a guaranteed reward for those who are brave enough to take on Crota's End during contest mode. Players that acquire the Bottomless Pit quest from the raid vendor during the 48-hour contest mode period in Crota's End will have the quest automatically marked as complete and all rewards placed in their inventory immediately. The quest does not require any currencies to purchase it. Rewards will include Husk of the Pit, Eidolon Ally, fully masterworked, and Necrochasm. Players will notice they can acquire Essence of the Oversoul from completing raid encounters and triumphs. This is required to complete the Bottomless Pit quest if they don't finish within the contest mode, as well as to complete the Weapon Catalyst objective for Necrochasm. During the contest mode period, players who obtain the Weapon Catalyst will not be able to progress the objective on it, and it will statically show the objective progress at 2035 Essence of Oversouls collected, regardless if they collect additional essences. After contest mode ends, all Essence of Oversoul that the player has acquired thus far will still be respected, and the player may begin making progress on the Catalyst objective, continuing from the number they previously acquired. Players that acquire the Bottomless Pit quest after the 48-hour contest mode will have to complete the quest starting from the beginning to obtain the quest rewards. So, do you have to pick up the quest during contest mode?
It is like that. You do have to pick that up.
So for everybody that's not available to do it, which, by the way, again, it's on a fucking Friday again, right in the middle of a fucking work day.
It does continue through Saturday.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will be working at the festival, so I will never have a chance to fucking get it.
The good news is, this means Necrochasm is a guaranteed exotic.
Yeah, the only issue that I have with it is you have to get into the raid before contest mode ends. If you don't get it, you just don't get the gun, which I think is kind of shitty.
You'll get it if you do the raid afterwards too. The quest is not going anywhere.
Okay, so
they're basically just saying.
Okay,
the gun's gonna be there.
Okay, I thought the quest required it. So, okay, so in order to get the catalyst, you'll have to do everything in contest mode then. Afterwards,
if you complete contest mode, you will get 20 out of the 35 progress for finishing the catalyst. Just right away.
Okay. And it's basically just completing it over and over again until you fill it up, right?
Yeah. It's just basically...
Okay. Because
At the very least, the easiest thing to do would be to pick it up at any point, even if there's nothing else you do in the game. It's just like pick it up during that time.
So do you have to be in the raid to pick it up, or can you just log on?
I think you just have to log on, go to the vendor, pick it up, and you're good.
Okay, so that's
You'll
not
have
terrible
it.
then. I figured that I didn't know if you'd have to go into like the actual raid itself, to grab
Someone
it.
will probably put out something on it.
Yeah, about
Because
raid.
I doubt it'll take too long to actually do the raid.
So if you can't do world's first, then go just pick up the quest from the vendor. I'm gonna probably guess that it's probably gonna be Hawthorne.
I think it could be Eris.
It could be Eris, but they specifically said raid vendor, and the only raid vendor that we actually have is Hawthorne, other than the one bounty from 801 to do cosmetics. So I'm gonna assume that it's probably Hawthorne, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Because she's got the quest for
Wish.
Last Wish, yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't completed any fucking raids. I really should get on that.
Definitely going to be making it known how to pick up that quest as soon as we figure it out.
Yeah, because if you don't pick it up, it's gonna be fucking impossible. Alright, Bungie rewards, the Crota's End Ring. So you have to complete the requirements to get it. So there's the ring, which is kind of dope. There's the pin, and then the Crota's End metal poster by Displate. That is a pretty banging poster.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good poster. Overall, I think the art is... I mean, it's really hard to go wrong with all of the art.
And you get a little sneak peek of most of the weapons you can acquire from the raid.
Yeah, we're seeing the... So let's see, we've got the sword, we've got a hand cannon. Here in the front left, bottom left, I think that's an auto rifle?
That's the pulse.
That's the pulse. What's the one on the far right?
The one on the far right is a shotgun, and the warlock on the other side of Crota's got the auto.
Gotcha, okay.
So it looks like 2 pulses, the shotgun, and the hand cannon.
Wait, 2 pulses? That's interesting.
So, yeah, 2 of them have pulses. One's got the auto, one's got a shotgun, and then the other's got the hand cannon.
Why 2 pulses, though? That is kind of interesting. Along with that, you will get the Sword Bear title pin, and of course, the world's first silvery new belt.
That's a good looking belt.
It's a very good looking belt. Next, Twitch Rivals. Something we haven't seen in a while. Partnering with Twitch Rivals for the main event on September 1st. Tune in on Twitch for live coverage of our Crota's End World First race, featuring returning fan favorite commenters Professor Broman, Rec1568, and Adam Savage, who will be covering the action while participating teams from around the globe compete for the belt. From 10 a.m. Pacific time on September 1st to 10 a.m. Pacific time on September 3rd, you'll be able to earn the Every End emblem via Twitch drops by tuning in for 2 hours on the Twitch Rivals channel or one of the approved participating streamers listed on the page. You'll just have to click it to go check it. Along with that, Iron Banner. We're going to see some new changes. Iron Banner returns next week, and it's week-long PvP glory. This go around, on top of having a new emblem and shader available, we have a couple of weapons from the 2 foundries we made official this season. Cassoid and Nadir, featuring their own foundry origin traits. First up is Point of the Stag from Cassoid, finally returning with random rolls. It retains the ability to get the perks from its original fixed roll too. Then we've got the Guiding Sight, which is now Strand. Many of the Nadir weapons originally released in a time when there was only kinetic damage in the top slot, so expect to see a lot of these weapons come back as either Strand or Stasis in the future. And if you wouldn't mind just quickly going over all of the perks that they can get, Danny.
So, Guiding Sight they're starting out with first. In the left column has Enlightened Action, which is a newer perk, Demolitionist, Moving Target, tunnel vision, perpetual motion, and gunshot straight. In the right column, it's got hatchling, adrenaline junkie, kill clip, encore, cascade point, and precision instrument. With the origin traits Skulking Wolf and Nadir Focus, which I actually really like the Nadir Focus origin trait because sustained fire increases your stability.
Ah, interesting.
It is fun. And Point of the Stag, a fan favorite, bow returning. With no distractions, Archer's Tempo, Pugilist, Slick Draw, Elemental Capacitor, and Shot Swap in the left column. With Vorpal, Eye of the Storm, Swashbuckler, Precision Instrument, Golden Tricorn, and Dragonfly in the right column. With Skulking Wolf and Wild Card, which... Wild Card, if you get a kill with the weapon, it has a chance of spawning a... let's see what they referred to it as, an experimental projectile at the kill location.
Huh, that's interesting.
It's a Telesto bolt.
Jesus. So there's actually two sets for guiding sight that I think are really interesting. Number one, the fact that you can get Demolitionist and Adrenaline Junkie on it.
The solid combo.
Yeah, and then Perpetual Motion and Kill Clip.
Yep.
Like, double grenades and double damage perks.
And it plays very well with a Strand build.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Now, remind me what Enlightened Action does.
Enlightened Action, if I remember correctly, because I think I have a gun with it. Take a look and see if I have something with Enlightened Action on it. I don't think I do. I believe it increases reload speed and handling.
Oh, that's
when
not
you,
bad.
I think when you do something with your tangles or like elemental pickups or something like that.
No, it's not bad at all.
No, pretty solid.
And then Point of the Stag. I always like seeing Archer's Tempo on bows. I don't know. I just think that it's honestly a really great fucking perk.
Oh yeah, Archer's Tempo and Vorpal Weapon or Golden Tricorn, both really solid. That new perk, Precision Instrument, I believe after you do a certain number of precision hits, it increases precision damage.
That's pretty
also,
solid.
Really good.
Yeah, that's another good one with Archer's Tempo. The other one that I think is kind of interesting is Elemental Capacitor. Because we haven't had that on a bow in... how long?
I don't know how long it's been, but since it got a little tweak, it could be interesting. I don't know if it beats out Archer's Tempo, though.
That is true. I think Archer's Tempo is definitely the best perk out of all of those, with the exception of maybe no distractions every now and then.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be one of those, like, you really have to do the numbers, but I think overall, I think Archer's Tempo is great. I think Swashbuckler on bows is fucking useless. That's just me, but I feel like Swashbuckler is just absolutely fucking useless on bows.
It is good to see that bow come back, though.
Yeah. And you mentioned Vorpal and Golden Tricorn. Also like the fact that it's got Dragonfly too.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, that right column is. Yeah, the right column is stacked. The left column is kind of ass, with the exception of Archer's Tempo.
Yeah, it's like you've got some options there, but probably Archer's Tempo is what you're gonna want, just because that reduced draw time is
massive.
Yeah,
and especially with how many things, pardon me, how many things help with handling and shit. It's gonna make it so much easier to just fire, and just unload.
Especially since Bo's got the projectile speed bump.
Oh yeah,
this season.
It's gonna feel real fucking good.
Yep.
So here is Guiding Sight with its Iron Banner ugly ass green on it. God, that is ugly as fuck. God, that. Ooh, that is
It's
a
an
really ugly fucking gun.
Yeah, Guiding Sight was a vanilla gun. It's
Jesus.
it's an old model.
Ah, that explains the ass tier fucking look on it. Oh my god, that is
Yeah, this
miserable
was
looking.
the fresh out of the Red War weapon design.
Oh my. What?
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
that's how long it's been since this one has been in the game. Which I noticed at the beginning of this season, they have reintroduced some Red War guns at the little vendor table, and they got
Yeah.
some spicy perks on them.
Yeah, because thank god, some of them had some ass tier perks.
Like Deadpan Delivery has a new shotgun perk, and it is gross.
Please don't bring shotguns back into the meta, Bungie.
Getting a kill reduces the spread of pellets for the next shot.
Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
That's a gross shotgun perk.
Jesus. Now, the bow, on the other hand,
Yeah, Point of the Stag is great.
that's a pretty looking bow. That's a good looking weapon. Holy shit. Like, you could just see the difference between this and just.
Yeah.
If I had Cryptic adding this, it would be the, like, diarrhea, like, fart sound. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is exactly what I see when I hear when I see that. Now, Iron Banner. The 3 weeks that it's going to be lined up. Iron Banner Week 1 is going to be September 5th, and it's going to be Fortress. Week 2 will be October 10th, and it will be Control. And then the last Iron Banner week will be November 14th, and then we'll be back to Fortress. So pretty interesting. Now, Turtle Power. In August of this year, while scouring the depths of Titan and Season of the Deep, Bungie partnered with 5 content creators and their awesome communities to raise funds for Brazil's Projeto Tartabinas. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Which uses scientific research, community education, and sustainable tourism to help sea turtles live and thrive. Our goal was to raise enough money over the course of 5 days to adopt 1 turtle through their Adopt a Turtle program, but our guardians exceeded all expectations and were able to adopt not 1, but 7 turtles. This will be introducing K96. What a great name. Keitel, Filamentosa, Asha Sasquapola, Teodorina, Sagira, and Forbos.
The turtles.
Turtle! So, super dope. And a big turtle hug thank you to these content creators. That will be Kavako, the Vanguard BR, O. Everson, Mahirio Jr., and Legionario GG. So, well done. The Bungie got to adopt fucking turtles. So
Respect
wait,
it.
now you know what needs to happen now, Danny?
What's up?
When you go to visit Asa through the helm, the turtle should be floating around Asa. Like, Bungie, it's right there. It's right there.
It'd be pretty funny.
It's right there. Give me Titan turtles right fucking now. Let me or put them in the tank. Put them in the fucking fish tank. I will take that too. Like, just give me the fucking turtles. Cabbage Patch. And now a quick note from the engineering team. During the early hours of Season of the Witch, many players temporarily experienced cabbage error codes. We'd like to take a brief moment to walk you through the issue and what we're doing to prevent it in the future. Now, real quick, Danny, what the fuck is a cabbage error code?
It was the server getting a tiny bit overloaded as people were trying to log into the game. So certain activities you would attempt to launch them and kind of get booted out. It happened a lot. I experienced a few on day 1 trying to get into the story mission to get the artifact.
Yeah. Yeah, that would suck.
It's part of their like sort of safety net system they've been setting up, which they talk about a little bit here. They've set up tiny cloud servers to help deal with extremely high traffic to help people get in faster. So there should be less issues that completely remove people from the game.
So hopefully we won't experience that again during Final Shape, because I have a
Yeah.
feeling that a lot of people are going to come back for Final Shape.
Oh yeah, they showed off like new supers for the light subclasses that seem real fun.
Yeah, people are definitely going to come back. Now, what about stasis? For our stasis lovers out there, we have some things coming up regarding your stasis abilities in season 23. Not only will the seasonal artifact feature stasis perks, but there will also be some stasis ability changes coming, including Glacial Quake, Frost Pulse, Winter's Shroud, Glacier Grenade, and more. We will have an artifact and abilities preview with more details as we get closer to the season 23 launch. Now, mind you, again, we are on, if you're watching this when this video comes out, we're on week 2 of season 22. So y'all got another like 3.5 months.
I am so happy that they are actually giving stasis a look, because
they kept giving Strand shit. They just kept giving Strand shit, and Stasis is just like, bro, I was the first one. Come on, man.
I'm really excited because specifically the ones that they've mentioned here. Because if I remember correctly, I think isn't like Frost Pulse part of the Warlock Super?
I believe so. Yes, that I believe it should be. It's Frost Pulse is the secondary effect of the Warlock Super, where so you freeze someone and then the Pulse is where if they're frozen, it cracks them and basically one shots them.
I'm wondering if they're gonna give a lot of these abilities a nice big old bump in PvE.
I'm hoping so, because if I'm gonna be honest, really the only good thing is the stasis grenade that pulls people in.
Yeah.
That's really it, other than maybe the turret.
It's like the insta freeze cold snap grenades are used a lot, and the skill grenades. Everything else is just kind of like,
yeah, the supers feel lackluster. Which, to be fair, they need to stop giving fucking warlocks ass tier fucking supers. Because I'm sorry, but the stasis warlock super, I'm sorry, but that's buns. It's fucking
not
bad.
Great. Its only existence in a lot of content now is because of those gauntlets they gave it, where it ridiculously buffs everyone else's stasis weapon damage.
Yeah. Other than that, it's useless. I mean, and as much as and for those of you on YouTube that have been watching for a while, I have a fucking hate boner for Silence and Squall, and I was thrilled to see it nerfed. Cause it got to run rampant for a whole fucking year before it got nerfed.
It was a problem in PvP.
It was a massive problem in PvP.
I still wish the stasis supers did way more in PvE.
I mean, I think the Titan Glacial Quake, the roaming version, is not bad.
It does good damage, but it's a massive pain to deal with as a teammate.
Yeah.
You can't do damage if the stasis crystals eat it.
Yeah, it's just a CC train. I wouldn't mind having a new stasis super for warlocks if I'm gonna be completely honest. It's just the current super is so ass. It's so bad. Like,
it's another ad clear super. That's it.
Yeah, like warlocks needed a fucking another one. And I don't know how many times I'll have to say this, Danny. A whole year Silence and Squall was unnerved. Chaos Reach Geomags got nerfed after 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, no, it's clear. Like
Like,
specifically the PvP team is very very biased against like warlocks and towards actually very much towards titans at least recently.
yeah. Like, can Warlocks not get the, back of the fucking shaft? Like, in
Like,
PvP, man? Like, fix Dawnblade! For fuck's sakes, fix
I want to
Dawnblade!
see more warlocks in Crucible. I really do. I'm tired of seeing Antaeus wards every other game. It's not fun. Like Antaeus wards are not fun, and the uh the Bastion Barricade Overshield is also not fun to play against.
No, that shit is miserable. Fucking miserable. Like, you don't see. No. When was the last time you actually saw a Warlock in PvP, Danny? Because the only time I've seen a Warlock in PvP was me.
The only ones that I've seen have been in trials, and they were using Osteonecrotic.
Yeah, because it's the only fucking thing we have going for us right now.
And my god, is that a combo?
To be
That's
honest,
good.
I'm gonna knock on wood here. I'm surprised it hasn't been fucking nerfed yet.
I think a majority of the community is surprised they haven't nerfed Osteo. Osteo is dumb.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily like necrotic grips that's busted about it. It's just the raw fucking damage that Osteo does in general. I
And
think.
it just keeps going.
Yeah, but again, it's when you are a warlock main, we really don't have much going for us in
No.
PvP. Like Dawnblade is ass, Tickle Fingers is ass, Chaos Reach is ass. Uh, I haven't tried Nova Warp yet after the Astrocyte verse buffs because it got a
It,
massive buff, so I haven't tried it yet. But I have seen funny memes of people just zooming around the fucking map on it.
yeah. And then Needlestorm is Needlestorm, and after the Threadling buff, kind of funny.
Yeah, it's just it makes you so vulnerable because you sit there in the air. It's the same problem. Needlestorm has the same problem that Dawnblade has. Is the moment you jump in the air, you're just a sitting target waiting to be headshot.
Yep.
Cause you sit there. You sit there and do nothing. Whereas like something example with like Silence and Squall, right? You have the commas at least getting thrown at someone.
Yep.
Right?
You're at least getting one half of it off in the case you get headshotted.
Yeah. So it's just like, eh. And again, the resilience buffs while you're casting your super, they're nice, but for fuck's sakes, man, warlock supers they definitely need a little love.
Let the warlocks have fun in PvP.
Like the moment we get to have fun, we instantly get nerfed. I mean, guess what was before Geomag Chaos Reach? Skull of Ahamkara and fucking Nova Bomb. And that got nerfed after 3 fucking weeks.
The only other time that I see warlocks being prevalent in Crucible is control point modes with, well...
And yet again, Salta Greppo got fucking well nerfed. Like, fuck you, man.
That's why Radiance is coming out in the final shape. They're gonna nerf well.
They're gonna nerf well, and it's gonna make me sad, dude. It's gonna make me so sad.
The best part about that, though, Titans are going to be the ones relegated to a healing thing, and Warlocks can just focus on damage.
Which is a nice change, since Warlocks is like the support class. I hate to say it, but it really is. We have well, and now we're gonna have, what is the new one called? Just Radiance?
Yep, it's they're bringing back Radiance from D1 just without the self-res, which I can live with that since they're compensating with making all solar weapons deal scorch damage.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I have a feeling that it's gonna come into PvP pre-nerfed, just because they're like, oh, it's a walking well, and I'm like, bro, let fucking Warlocks eat, man. Jesus Christ.
I look forward to that because I'm just imagining the infinite recharges of like the solar snap melee.
Actually, ooh, now
Yeah,
that you mention,
real fun.
hold on, now that you mention that, Wait, hold on. What are the Warlock gloves that extend your melee range again?
Ophidians?
Yeah! I'm thinking Ophidians might be a little fun there.
I'm thinking something even funnier.
Hit me with it.
Winter's Guile.
Yeah!
Increased melee damage on melee kills.
Yeah, I see that too. I see that too. What's the other one that gives you just a second melee?
Claws.
Yeah, Claws of Ahamkara, right? And that works for
Yeah.
any subclass, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not bad. It definitely there's definitely some options that you got. Just double snap, just ignite the scorch instantly. Like that's pretty solid. You'll have a lot of Solar Warlock will have a lot of area of denial.
Yep.
Which is
And
good because
with
that originally just belonged to fucking Void.
Yeah, and that being paired with the fact that you could probably get a lot more damage out of Xenophage and Heir Apparent because of the Scorch stacks.
Yeah. Now they just need to give my boy Xeno a fucking catalyst. Ooh. Give me that fucking boy's catalyst. God damn! I want it, Danny! I want it!
I'm gonna be looking and watching to see what they decide to go catalyst for season 23.
Yeah, because Heir Apparent's already got one. Xeno needs
Yep.
it. Xeno needs it.
There's a lot of weapons I want to see get catalyst, especially after what they did to Monte Carlo. That's an absurd catalyst.
The melee damage is great, but god, that fucking actual bullet damage is so fucking bad. Oh my god.
That's why you do the funny thing of use a powered melee to get that chain all the way to max, and then just use the bayonet.
Pretty much, yeah. Moving on, we're gonna get to the Prime Gaming update. You will, if you log in between Tuesday, August 29th, to Friday, September 29th, and link your Bungie account, you'll be eligible to get the new Dawn of Invention Exotic Emo Bundle. Along with this, it'll also give you the Aoki Foss Exotic Ghost Shell, the Deadfall Legendary Ship, which not actually that bad of a looking ship for a legendary, and the Verdant Projection Legendary Ghost Projection. So, super cool with that. I'm down.
Yeah.
Player Support Report. Raid Contest Mode disables. Here we go. Below is the list of gear, items, and weapons that will be disabled during the Crota's End Reprise World First Raid and Contest Mode. Traits and functionality on the following items will be nullified within the raid, with additional negative impacts to power levels if equipped. The Tessellation Exotic Fusion Rifle. Pretty sure we saw this coming.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you actually called it last week.
Yep.
The Warlock Weave Walk aspect. Come on, man! Come on!
These get even more interesting the further down the list it goes.
Titan Banner of War aspect. Kind of saw that one coming. Foe Tracer Exotic Hunter Helmet. That one's kind of interesting. As to why is that getting disabled?
It stacks with Surge mods.
Makes a lot of sense. Elemental Munitions mod and Overload Hand... Why Overload Hand Cannon?
Malfeasance Lucky Pants. And there's more. Bungie Help has a list of other mods that will be disabled. Frenzied Stacks. All Ammo Reserve mods.
What the fuck?
And all Font Armor Charge mods.
I can understand the armor font charge mods, but the ammo mods, why?
They're going to make people use primary ammo weapons.
They are trying so fucking hard, and I'm gonna be honest, I still don't think this is the correct way. Just buff the fuck out of primaries.
Yeah,
Just
honestly.
buff them. Like,
which, here's the thing. It's going to make running rockets difficult on ammo unless you can one or two face.
which in contest mode, probably not gonna happen. Because Crota's gonna have a lot of fucking HP.
So other options are going to be just as strong because they're able to continue going where rockets will run out and you'll have to start looking for more. So the Aeon gauntlets are going to be prevalent. And
Oh,
honestly,
and I mean they haven't been prevalent since. Oh Jesus Christ! When was the last
before the
time?
ammo change.
Yeah. Which, to be fair though, when they changed all the Aeon gauntlets, I actually liked what they did to the Aeon gauntlets because it actually makes sense and it actually feels good
Yeah,
to use them now.
they have a use,
Yeah, they
and it
actually have a
feels
fucking
good.
use. They're not fucking a dead exotic anymore.
Even with overload hand cannon being disabled for Crota's End, Malfeasance and Lucky Pants is still very much viable. You're not using any ammo for that, and that's at minimum 500k.
Yeah, the other thing that I'm thinking of is so there's gonna be the three main snipers. Three? Yeah, the three main snipe. Hold on, is Izanagi's a sniper?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I have a feeling that it's going to be. We'll be probably seeing a lot of Izanagi's, Cloud Strike, and Whisper. But I also have a feeling, Danny,
hmm
that we're going to see uh, a huge change to LMGs.
yeah. LMGs are going to be a viable option in this just because they're really ammo efficient.
Well, no, yeah, because without ammo mods, for those of you that don't know, that don't really run LMGs, because let's be honest, they really haven't been prevalent in the meta other than Xenophage, and let's be real, that's a fucking grenade launcher.
Xeno's going to be very prevalent in this.
Xeno's gonna be very prevalent. For those of you that don't know, without any ammo reserve mods, most machine guns normally carry around 2 full clips of ammo, which is anywhere between 100 to 200 rounds. So you've got anywhere between 200 to 400 rounds to play with. And a lot of the exotic and and I mean a ton, of the legendary machine guns are really fucking solid, especially since we got a shit ton that could be crafted. I mean, Retrofit Escapade and Plank Stride immediately come to mind because both of those have some nutty perks.
And then we have, let's see, what is its name? Commemoration from Deepstone.
Commemorations, I think, going to be also pretty big. I'm trying to think. There's another legendary machine gun that I was thinking of, but I don't remember what it is. Fuck.
I could also see Circular Logic from Neomuna being very solid.
Yeah, I could also see that. Just because it's got some really interesting perks on it, not because
It's got
it's
target lock.
yeah, and that alone actually, yeah, ooh, actually now that you mention that, that alone actually kind of makes it viable.
It's target lock on an adaptive frame MG.
Yeah, shit's gonna be hitting like a fucking truck. So it'll be interesting. Um, Moving on, we've got the Luminous Void Shader, an unintentional change which was made to the Luminous Void Shader with update 7.2.0.2. We are currently working to revert this change and return it to its previous appearance. Players should be aware that the shader, as it displayed currently, will no longer be accurate once this change is reverted in an upcoming update. Along with that, Galahorn behavior updates. Beginning with the launch of Season of the Witch, Galahorn's behavior was slightly altered. This was due to a recent fix to an issue causing projectiles to inadvertently damage immune enemies. The side effects of this fix has unintentionally impacted how Galahorn operates. Due to Galahorn's boss DPS dominance, we had previously planned to dial down its damage in a future update. Because this unintentional change resulted in similar changes to those planned, the current behavior of Galahorn will be maintained while we monitor performance. So, that's good at least, but damn, did they fucking nerf the shit out of Wolfpack rounds. They really don't want you using rocket launchers in fucking Raid.
The issue was, last season, rockets were unintentionally causing bosses to lose massive chunks of their health bar, way more than that was in like a reasonable range to justify using any other heavy weapon. So, by fixing that particular bug, they indirectly nerfed Galahorn, which was causing the bug, apparently.
Well, at least it's not fucking Telesto.
For once, it was not Telesto.
Loadouts will be re-enabled as of update 7.2.0.2, so you can actually go back, and if you have any existing loadouts, they will be available unless you haven't reached the player rank yet.
I just can't pull stuff from vaults.
Yeah. Sonar Station Vendor. We are currently investigating an issue causing the Season of the Deep Sonar Station Vendor to no longer offer bounties, preventing the completion of the weekly Aquatic Operations Challenge. That's kind of sad.
That's a rough one.
Yeah. Special Deliveries Kiosk. Beginning with the launch of Season of the Witch, items such as pre-order rewards and secret stash bundles have been moved off of the Cryptarch to the new Special Deliveries Kiosk in the tower. Players missing items should double-check this vendor for available rewards. New light players will continue to be able to access the rewards from Shaw Han in the Cosmodrome. Along with that, we have a fuck ton of known issues.
Yeah, we got a lot here.
So, let's just go through them real quick. Opaque cards from the Lectern of Divination display that they are rewarding witches engrams, but they are not successfully granting rewards. Vanguard Ops, Crucible, and Gambit playlists are awarding Pinnacle Legendary engrams instead of focusable exotic engrams. That's fucking miserable. Shader previews are unavailable when previewing gear and vendor focusing menus. Okay, that's simple. The perk description for the Astrocyte vs. Exotic Warlock Helm is inaccurate. It's fucking dumb. The cooldowns for Tangle Generation are inconsistent across different sources. The Last Will and Testament quest can no longer be successfully completed. That's bad. Hung Jury and Wendigo are currently unavailable for legacy focusing from Zavala. Honestly, I'm not mad about that, because fuck Hung Jury. That shit is so awful to fight. Explosive Barrels ignore the damage reduction granted by the Warlock Weavelock aspect. The Tessellation Exotic Fusion Rifle incorrectly applies blur to the entire screen when aiming down sights. The secondary energy ornament from the Armamentarium Titan exotic chest armor is missing a detail piece on its back. Okay. The craftable version of DMT does not display owned or available ornaments on inspection. The Bulbul Tarang emblem does not appear in collections and cannot be claimed. Swapping shaders or emotes while in a locked loadout activity will result in players being returned to orbit with an error. And the Photonic Vest Hunter chest armor is unavailable for armor synthesis. There's a lot of really interesting ones here.
Are in fact a lot of interesting issues with this update.
Yeah, there's a lot of random ones in here. Apologize for yawning for those of you watching YouTube. It's currently almost 1 o'clock where I'm at. Sparrows and Raids and Hive Kitties, oh my. I have Sparrow Concerns by Slavic KP. No, this is from Leopard. I guess their Twitter name is Slavic KP. A whole new raid, remastered. Again, I will not be playing this, especially because it's fucking Disney. Because I do not want to get copyright.
Yeah, I know what they did. They had another embed thing for the first one.
Gotcha. Alright, and then bonus movie of the week. Okay, so there's the I Have Sparrow Concerns by Slavic KP. Then we have A Whole New Raid by Leopard. And then we have With Great Power Comes Great Kitty Snacks by OddMB_. Then we've got art by Eris Devouring Her Son. That is horrifying.
That is some old school, like, oil paints.
That legitimately reminds me of, like, Danny, did you ever play 3.5 edition of D&D?
I have not, but what it reminds me of that old artwork of Kronos. I think it legitimately is a take on the art of Kronos.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh, that's savage as fuck. Oh my god. Good catch on that. By the way, this is by El Capitan on Twitter. So, Jesus. And then we have by Jchan TM, Ayat. That's a great one. That's another great art piece.
Yeah, this season has inspired a lot.
Yeah, That's really fucking good. And that is it for the TWAB. Uh, some interesting stuff. We actually got to see what is getting fucking disabled.
Yep. With potentially more to come before the raid actually starts.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. And we'll get some more because we've got one more week before the raid, correct?
Now, the raid is literally in the morning.
Wait, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh,
They literally
fuck.
dropped this the day before. So
God
a lot of
damn it,
teams have been
Bungie!
scrambling to readjust their loadouts, and it has been super fun to watch.
God damn it, Bungie.
Because this is why teams running day ones have backups for the backups.
Because Bungie loves to do this shit on a regular basis.
It's going to make it very interesting, because I think it threw a lot of people's plans out the window, and they're going to have to adapt.
I mean, there was some that you could clearly tell, like tessellation getting removed or being disabled.
That was easy.
Could see that one. After what the Warlock Weave Walk aspect did, not surprised on that.
Banner of War confirmed a thought that my team had, that it was going to buff the relic sword damage.
Yeah. Foe Tracer, Elemental Munitions. I don't know about the Elemental Munitions one. That one's kind of...
It is almost guaranteed special and heavy ammo by getting kills with Tangles or Elemental Orbs.
Gotcha. Then yeah, no, that makes sense. And then the Overload Hand Cannon with Malfeasance, but that's more of... And it's Malfeasance, and what the fuck does Lucky Pants do?
It buffs hand cannon damage for like 10 seconds. Each successive hit builds up to like 10 stacks, and it increases the damage a lot.
Does it reset on reload?
It resets at the end of the timer or when you swap to something else. Gotcha. And then you have a cooldown of 10 seconds.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, honestly, I'm not surprised by some of these. But I just want to point out, Danny, that it's only the Hunter helmet that got nerfed, not the new Hunter aspect. You know, the one that murders fucking mobs.
They also disabled Frenzy stacks, which is what increased the damage of that.
Okay, so they took part of it out. But still, like, you're gonna disable the Warlocks, you're gonna disable the Titans. You couldn't just disable the Hunters?
It's really funny, and I'm not counting it out yet, because we still have about 12 hours before raid. Anything else they decide to disable can happen overnight.
Also fair.
But it's definitely looking like there's gonna be quite the interesting mix of subclasses being used.
Yeah. Now, again, in all fairness, I still know of two subclasses that are still going to get used, and that is Well and Bubble.
I'm thinking Bubble's not gonna get used at all.
I would say I would agree with you, except the fact that the damage still stacks with Well. So, and having that big burst of damage is still nuts.
I think people are gonna run Lumina instead if they want to crank out more damage.
But would you really use an exotic slot just for Lumina?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is it really that big of a damage buff?
35%.
Well, hold on. That means you also have to hit everybody in the raid. You gotta hit. You have to. Number one, you have to stack up the noble rounds. Number two. Well, actually, no. If you rock Boots of the Assembler, it becomes a lot easier too, because it gives the Lumina noble rounds.
Or you could just use an empowering rift with it, and it'll make the rounds itself.
That is also true.
And those track.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
I'm very excited.
With that being said, Danny, you will be participating in World's First, so I wish you the best of luck. Where can they watch you and your clan attempt World's First at?
Oh, I'm gonna be recording the video to upload, and Dissipate is going to be streaming. So I know at least one person of the raid team is gonna be streaming, and we're gonna give it a good go. We're ready. We ran a Garden of Salvation tonight with all the triumphs basically. We're ready.
And with that being said, Danny, when that World's First video comes out, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at CatboxDanny.
You can also find me at Twitch or YouTube at DominiFox or on Twitter at DominiFox1. With that being said, thank you all so much for stopping by. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. We'll see you guys next time.